setting a land speed record at the Bonneville salt flats. Skating along the layer of crust, throttle pinned, and battling the air as you watch the speedo tick towards the benchmark. It's a task for a purpose-built, monstrously powerful machine, and a brave man or woman behind the wheel, one that's willing to accept the risk of spinning out, or worse, tumbling across the scenery. It is not a task for a Skoda Octavia.
But what about this Skoda Octavia?
This is the Skoda Octavia vRS Bonneville Special, and it's the product of a small team of Skoda engineers tasked with building a 200-mile-an-hour Octavia back in 2011. The car was to remain fairly close to the production version because Skoda was hunting for a world record, the crown for the fastest 2-litre forced-induction production car on the planet.
And it worked! Back in 2011, this car didn't hit 200 miles an hour, it hit 227 miles an hour. And that's faster than a Ferrari LaFerrari, a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, and faster than any 2-litre forced induction production car ever made.
But how on earth did the engineers raise the top speed of an Octavia vRS from 150 to 227 miles an hour? And what's it like to drive a supercar-eating Skoda?
It's absolutely manic. So what's making all that noise? Well, it's actually a standard Octavia vRS engine. It's got the standard blocks, standard pistons, standard crank, standard camshaft as well, but of course we've got a massive Garrett turbo which can boost all the way to 700 horsepower. And to take all that power, we've got upgraded conrods as well, but essentially this engine is from an Octavia vRS. The gearbox is from a diesel Skoda Octavia because that had the longer ratios to do the 227 mile an hour speed, which is just nuts. And if you look at the outside of this car, it's an Octavia, there's no real modifications.
A smoother front bumper and low-drag moon disc wheels were the only exterior changes. But under the skin, this Octavia is utterly deranged.
And the motor is incredibly boosty. Below about 3,000 RPM, it does absolutely nothing, it's so flat. But if you're in the right gear and you wake up the turbo, the intensity is through the roof. I mean, this car's been lowered by 80 millimeters. It's on adjustable dampers and it's very firm. This is a very rough surface here at Millbrook and it's bouncing me around in this solid metal seat, but it's so intense, it feels so purposeful, like no other Skoda in history. What a creation. And at Bonneville, this car ran really skinny salt spec tyres. We're on Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres today. And yeah, it feels like a very direct, very precise Skoda Octavia, as you'd expect. But one with 700 horsepower. Wow! Oh man, I've never heard a noise like that come out of a Skoda. Unless you're on your local council estate at midnight. And I'm looking out of a Skoda Octavia windscreen. It's got Skoda Octavia windows. The dashboard is from a Skoda Octavia. And it's just mind-blowing what they've done with it. Even when Skoda makes a land speed record car, it is resolutely sensible. I think we need some more noise, don't you? Sound like at 227. Dickie Meaden, the driver, said the car got sideways at over 220 miles an hour on the salt. And 80 miles an hour on a concrete bowl feels intense to me. What a brave man, and what a car.